All right, so the second type of project that you can try is gonna be more of like a pad project that has a drone. So I always like to think about it kind of like if you're underwater, and and you're like hearing to whales, kind of like, you kind of get that vibe. I think I should have presented it in my presentation, but to do this kind of song, you're gonna need to kind of play some notes, okay? And I think it's really fun. Like I mentioned the in the presentation, we're gonna stick to the pentatonic scale, which is just a couple notes. So to start, the first thing you have to do is just click on this track, and we're gonna call the first track drone. You just need one sound, okay? One long note. So let's just go to instrument, and I like to kind of just pick like like a synth pad, and you can kind of listen to this. Kind of fun to listen and kind of hear what's there. And then you want to just click here. That way you can use the keyboard, okay? If you want to, the first one kind of has to be low, so I would pick maybe octave 2 right here by going plus and minus. So, and I would pick something like around, I would pick the number 1. I actually think it should be lower. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick the sound, and real quick, just hit record, go to the bottom, and just click the note. And just hold it for like maybe 30 seconds. This is the drone, so like the rest of your song is gonna be based on this note. Okay, and you just want to double click it and kind of move this note to the left all the way. Make sure you stay on this note, E flat. Okay, you can zoom out here. This is the only time you have to mess around with this. And we want to go move this all the way to the right. We want to go all the way to where it says 5 minutes. So this is 5. Actually, let's just do 4 minutes. It's fine. Okay, and we're going to stretch the note out all the way to 4 minutes. Okay, so that's good. We're done with the first part. Okay, now the next one, you want to add another track by clicking here. And we're going to do instruments. And so again, you want to go to instruments. And for this one, you want to pick a pad, okay, a synth pad. I think, yeah, you want to pick a synth pad, or voices, but voices I think is gonna sound too much like church. That sounds pretty cool. But we're gonna stick the first one. We're gonna go back to pads, okay? And so kind of listen to them, see what you like. Okay, and the numbers that we're going to use are 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, and 0. So you can put your finger on 1, 3, 4, 5, like if you're typing, and then 7, 8, 0. And you put your fingers on those numbers on the top of the keyboard. It's gonna sound good no matter what, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the caps lock, shift. So it could be a little smoother. You may not be able to do it, so. And when we do the pad, we're gonna call this pad. You're not really gonna move your fingers much on this one, okay? We're gonna do just like 3 layers, and this second layer, we're just gonna hold the notes for like a long time. Okay, we don't want to distract the audience or the listener. This is like more background chill, so we're gonna put this way in the back, okay? So don't move your fingers too much. You need to go super slow, slower than you think. Here we go. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 0. we're going for that long notes. Just hold it. 1 3 4 5 1 3 4 5 7 8 0. Super slow. All right, so there I have. I held the notes, just really slow movements for the whole time. One thing I'm gonna do to make this sound a little bit better, for the meditation, is to add some effects. I know I mentioned some of the effects, but I'm just gonna choose something that's like a echo room. I just want it to sound really big and really like and then maybe here mix more on this right here. I just want it to sound really big. There you go, it's a little bit bigger. And if you play this in the middle, you're not going to get the beginning of the MIDI notes, so you won't hear the beginning. But if you play from the beginning, you'll hear the whole thing. Okay, so now we have our foundation. We have like our pad, our middle. And now we're going to have a little bit of extra spice at the top. So go ahead and add another track. And really, to make one of these songs, that you only need like 3 tracks. You can do 4 maybe, but that's all you need, okay? And for this one, you want something that there's no real rules here. You can play whatever you want, but you are going to be moving your hands more on this one. So it's up to you. You always want to pick a sound that's kind of chill, relaxing, nothing that's harsh. Okay, so you can kind of mess around. Number 1. And if it sounds too tinny, you can go down an octave. Alright, so that to me sounds... I don't know if I can make that work. But you can try adding your effects. So here's this one. Yeah, see? That makes it a lot different. That might work. That works out pretty well, okay? And just... Again, really spacey, really big. And I'm gonna go ahead and just record, okay? So this one, you can move more, okay? You can add more notes. But you don't have to, don't feel like you have to play all the time. 1 4 5 1 3 4 5 7 8 0. Alright, so there I have it. I have my 3 tracks. I think more than this is going to be really hard to justify. There's just going to be too much stuff going on. Okay, so again, you can kind of go in there, kind of mess around with like the sounds, kind of the effects as well. Okay, one thing you can consider adding, but I don't think you need to in this type of music, is a drone effect. Make sure you save your work all the time. So like you go to samples, loops, you could search for texture, and you might get some kind of like sounds. That's kind of like wind. That might actually work, but don't feel like you have to add this, okay? So I'm going like that. And then just, you can play with the volume. Okay, so the last step really is just to play with the volume of everything. Make sure everything is even. So I would just hit play. And just bring the volumes down. You want to try and make it so that the volume here, you never want to touch this volume. Never touch it. Use your computer. But the volume underneath, you want to kind of make it be pretty loud, okay? So I would just start with one of them. This is called mixing. Yeah, I don't think I needed that much like texture at the bottom. I think I'm okay like that. Okay, so definitely you have something for you to work with. You can add a meditation on top, which we would really like you to do that. And so go ahead and just you can download the tracks, share the session with the myself or the mentors, and save your mix down. Okay, and you created your first meditation musical atmosphere. That's awesome.